Why don't you fill us in on what's going on with the coaching carousel right
let's roll our sleeves up, man, and get right into it. There's a lot to get into today. And look, every single year we have a surprise opening. I think the Houston Texans are that surprise. Bill O'Brien, ownership, GM, just not a great fit there. If they lose in the playoffs early on, I think Bill O'Brien will end up being out and the hottest head coaching candidate then in the open market. Let's move on now. Denver Broncos here. Gary Kubiak, look, there's reports out there that he's going to retire. His entire coaching staff has been trying to find out if he's going to. Last night in the team meeting, though, he acted like, hey, guys, we're getting ready for next year. But there will be major changes on the staff. And by the way, Wade Phillips never signed his contract extension with that team. Let's move on now. Marvin Lewis, is he going to retire or not retire? He's actually gone back and forth in it. This week, though, I think he decides, hey, I'm going to have one more year. Chuck Pagano, the Indianapolis Colts. Hey, with this team, you never know what's going to happen because obviously Mr. Irsay sometimes wants to go with the big name. I think, though, if anybody goes, it's going to be the guy on the right over there, Ryan Grigson. I think he'll be out. Chicago Bears, John Fox, despite the season there, I think John Fox, he is good. New York Jets, they've had a tough season, but I don't think Woody Johnson wants to have another overhaul yet again. So Todd Bowles right now is getting that vote of confidence. All right, Buffalo Bills, we know Rex Ryan's out. Anthony Lynn, he's going to make his debut today as their head coach, but he's actually a pretty hot name all around the league. And the Denver Broncos, he has their eye on them. He used to actually play out there. Hugh Jackson, despite having one win, Hugh will end up coming back, but I think they're going to have some help in the front office personnel-wise. The Moneyball thing just didn't work. San Diego Chargers, Mike McCoy, we don't even know where they're playing next year, but I know that they're going to meet with McCoy later today or tomorrow. Obviously, right now, his situation very tenuous. Doesn't look like he's coming back. New Orleans Saints, we go through this a lot, but Sean Payton, there is interest elsewhere. Could this be the year that Sean Payton, Mickey Loomis just have a decision? It's time to move on. If Sean Payton does, they are going to have, obviously, a lot of people that are going to try and jump all over that job. And then, finally, the last one here, Bruce Arians. Told me a couple weeks ago, I'm not retiring. People keep insisting I'm retiring. He said it again, I'm not retiring. I can't do that to my brethren.
Hey, another guy who got a shot late in his career, Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
Last week after the game, players were kind of open about the fact that there was a mutiny on the defense. They didn't run the defense he called. Everybody backtracked off of that a little bit as the week went on. But is Mike Zimmer in trouble there?
Yeah, actually, look, there caused some controversy inside the locker room there, but everybody bonded around him. Upstairs, ownership asked what went on there. Mike Zimmer, I'm told, he is safe in Minnesota.
All right. Well, you know what, Jay, it'd be very interesting to hear those things. And I got to say, Jay, you should do the jacket off, roll up your sleeves, make you look taller.
Oh, it's the Michael Strahan collection. I appreciate it. For the tall community.
You're looking good, baby. But, you know, a lot of things to look at when you come for a coach. And as a coach, I'm sure the coaches look at who's my quarterback, what does the personnel look like, what are my chances of winning? And then as an ownership, you look probably at discipline, trust, to get somebody who can change a culture. And there are a lot of interesting jobs out here. The Tom Coughlin, I know, did it with the Giants. The complete shift there. And a lot of these owners, I think, also looking to, can a young coach handle that responsibility? And that's why a lot of guys go, why do they keep recycling some of these coaches who weren't successful here and there? It's because of that experience and the hope that they could be a Belichick who wasn't great in Cleveland, but now was the best coach that the NFL has ever seen. And all this talk about Sean Payton possibly coming to L.A. is interesting to me because, you know, sometimes it's just your time to move from one spot to the next. And I would love to see if that is the case for him to develop Goff, to see what kind of player he can become, Jimmy.
Yeah, and Michael, you know, these owners are quick to say, okay, we're not winning games, and so I'm going to get rid of the coach, you know. And the general manager, the guy that picked the players, you know, he's sitting there, yeah, he said, we got great players. You get rid of the coach. Well, you know, some of these owners, they need to look and see who's evaluating these players. Because I've said for a long time, the most important person in the organization is the talent evaluator. Now, sometimes it's a Bill Belichick, you know, combination coach, general manager. You know, but, you know, a lot of times, you know, these coaches, there are very few bad coaches in the league at this level.
All right.
These coaches, they just don't have the talent.
So evaluate some talent here. Look at the jobs that we know are open. Buffalo, Jacksonville, the Rams, the ones that we are hearing rumors about. Which job do you think is the best one out there? Which one would you take?
Who? Jacksonville's got players, but I don't know that they can attract the free agents. Los Angeles, it all depends on that quarterback. Yeah, is he the franchise quarterback?
I think Jacksonville, that would be the place I'd want to go. Plus, I'd sell him on the fact that it's a zero-tax state.
That's a big one.
That L.A. job is an appealing job for a whole lot of reasons.
In some ways, San Francisco, if you blow up the whole thing, at least you're starting from scratch and you can get your guys.
You know what, Jimmy? I'm surprised that a college coach doesn't come out and become a really good pro coach because he has been in that college system so long. He knows the players. See,
it's a different world. The finances, the players, the agents, the link
salary cap,
on and on.
One thing you see now, though, maybe it's time for guys to get a second chance. People talk about Josh McDaniels and guys like that because of Belichick. Remember Scott Linehan? You know, he was a coach in St. Louis, didn't do well, but he went back, offensive coordinator with the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, they are rolling right now. Maybe one of those guys you start looking at and saying, okay, maybe he learned something the first time around.